Thank you. Biggest thing I'd like to just say today is I'm happy to be a part of the University of Arkansas family. I can't wait to get to Fayetteville and get to work. I'm excited about having an opportunity to work with Coach Shannon again. He's a good friend of mine, and I'm just appreciative that Coach Billema reached out to me to give me this opportunity.
All right, and with that, we'll go ahead and start with questions. If you have one, remember hit *1.
Hi, Clay. This is Tom Murphy with the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. You just referenced Randy. So had you known him before you guys were on staff at TCU together, and kind of how would you describe y'all's relationship?
Hey, Tom, how you doing? Big thing with Coach Shannon, I actually met Coach Shannon when I was coaching the U of H. We played at the University of Miami, so I met him on the elevator. And just having an opportunity just to say hello to him every now and then and just keeping in touch. And then when he worked here with us at TCU, it was a great opportunity. He brought a tremendous wealth of knowledge and energy to our staff the very short period of time that he was here. So I'm excited about having an opportunity to work with him again.
And a follow-up, if I could, clearly Brett has wanted the Texas recruiting, another guy to recruit in Texas. Can you kind of speak to, the extensive background there and just what your relationship's like with the coaches in the high school ranks in Texas?
Okay, I've actually been recruiting the state of Texas since 2000 when I was coaching at Southern Arkansas. So I've got a pretty good rapport with the coaches here in the Metroplex, as well as the coaches down in the southeast Texas area, along with the Houston area as well too. I'm born and raised in Waco, Texas, and attended the University of North Texas. So I'm pretty well versed with the coaches here, and I have a pretty good relationship with those guys. And I can't wait to have an opportunity to get in and continue to nurture those relationships and recruit their kids.
Hey, Clay, it's Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. How you doing?
Hey, Bob, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, you mentioned working in Southern Arkansas. What was that year like for you? And at that time, were you maybe looking at Arkansas and hoping to get a job up in Fayetteville eventually?
Well, I coached at Southern Arkansas in 2000. It was actually my third full-time job. I had a great time while I was in Magnolia. Coach Steve Roberts hired me. And Coach Roberts left shortly to go to Northwestern State, and I actually worked for John Bland, who was a University of Arkansas grad. So I had a great time while I was there. I always had a great deal of respect for the University of Arkansas. I love the tradition, love the fans, love the area of the country. It's close to Texas. And traditionally, I've had some guys that either I went to school with in high school or that I've had an opportunity to play against in high school that attended the University of Arkansas as well, too. So I've always had the University of Arkansas on my radar.
As far as the secondary, have you had a chance to kind of study the personnel back there, or did Randy give you a scouting report? I mean, it's kind of been an area of need, you might say.
Well, I know a couple of the guys that are in the personnel grouping back there in the secondary. I really have not had a chance to study the roster. I just know a couple of the guys because I recruited them before I took the job at the University of Arkansas. I'm excited about having an opportunity to work with those young men. I really haven't, once again, I haven't had a chance to study the roster. I'm excited about having a chance to work with Coach Smith defensively. And the one thing that we want to do, we just want to be able to put a product on the field and the back end that the University of Arkansas can be proud of. We also want to put a product out there that's going to be physical, and that's going to be indicative of a Coach Billema football team and a Hog Nation defense.
Which are the guys you're familiar with that you recruited?
Tevin Mitchell recruited before he got there, and then also Will Hines. And Will Hines is actually from my hometown.
Hi, Clay. My name's Robbie Nicewarm with the Arkansas News Bureau. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. How you doing, Robbie?
Good, good. Well, I was just wondering how well you know Rob Smith, and I know that both you have been called defensive backs coaches with Arkansas. How are you guys divided up the secondary? Have you had much conversation about that?
The one question that I had initially about coming to the University of Arkansas was, as far as making that move, was I want to have a chance to I just didn't want to work with the corner. So Coach Smith and Coach Bielema, they're showing a great deal of trust in me, as far as to be able to let me work with all four. But I know I will be working closely with Coach Smith as far as with the development and the scheme, what we're doing defensively. And then as far as Coach Smith is concerned, having a chance to visit with Rob the other day, delightful man, sharp coach. Ironically, we were both in the state of Iowa. He was a graduate assistant at Iowa when I was coaching at Morningside College back in 1999. So, and then, at a couple of conventions a long time ago while he was still coaching at the University of Maine, we had a chance to cross paths and, had a short conversation, and not that we just kept in touch, but, I was familiar with him when we had dinner the other night when I came on my interview, and then he's also worked with a good friend of mine as well, too, when he was at Rutgers.
All right, if there are any more questions for Coach, please press star 1 now.
Yeah, Clay, it's Bob Holt again. You said it was important
Yes,
for you, the whole secondary. I know you'd coached safeties and corners, and I guess you'd coached both at some point. Just why was that important to you?
Well, the one thing that Coach Bielema was very, emphatic about was, if you want to have an opportunity to possibly one day become a defensive coordinator, guys that just have cornerback backgrounds, they don't have those. I thought it was important not only for my career, but also I wanted to get back as far as the scheme of things, being more part of the run game with the safeties and the fits, and being a little bit closer to the core, and then also having a chance to coach all four. It gives you the opportunity to have one voice, and there'll be a greater deal of cohesion amongst the group as well too. So I'm excited about that as well too. And once again, I know that Coach Smith will have his hand closely on the defense and all aspects of the defense. So I'm excited about having an opportunity to work with him.
And just how about coaching in the SEC? How important is that to you, given the league's reputation?
Oh man, you start talking about college football, it's the pinnacle of college football. It's, especially the SEC West. I mean, it's a great league. I mean, it's going to be a battle each week that you get a chance to line up. Fans in all the venues, they show up to support their team. And the one thing about all the fans in the Southeast Conference, they appreciate great football.
Hey, yeah, Clay, last thing for me, it's Tom Murphy again with the Denver